Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. We're back at it. We're going to be talking about Psycho Sarah Boone. Okay. I'm going to read this little article just in case anybody don't know too much about this case. I'm going to read the article real quick, the short article. Then we're going to get into her in court. She's back in court. She's on her 7th lawyer or 8th. I don't know. But I think it's like the 7th lawyer. And she's complaining again. I feel so sorry for these lawyers. I mean, they're doing the best they can with what they have, if you get what I'm saying. All right, let me just read this article real quick, and then we're going to get into it. Give me just a second here. Where's the article at? Okay, where am I at? All right, this article is from Fox 35, and this came out June 7, 2024, time 6 p.m. Eastern time. All right, a Florida woman accused of killing her boyfriend in February 2020 said that her attorney, the 7th lawyer chosen to represent her, had lied to her and had a snotty attitude. Yeah, okay, I think it's more you, Sarah. All right, Sarah Boone, 46, is facing charges for allegedly murdering Jorge Torres Jr. after zipping him up in a suitcase and leaving him there to die, deputies said. According to Boone, the couple was drinking during a game of hide and seek and fell asleep with Torres locked inside the suitcase. Boone's trial was supposed to begin last month during a pretrial hearing on Friday. Boone laid out all her issues with her current criminal defense attorney, Patricia Cashman, I believe. Yes. And we can watch that clip once I'm done reading. I feel she is. Wait a minute, she said. I feel she is untrustworthy with me and full-blown prejudice against me, which I believe adds to her nasty attitude towards me, and I do not trust her, Boone told the circuit court judge Michael Kranick, I think something like that. Everyone constantly blames me that I am the reason why I am supposedly going to attorney number 8, which I am not the reason for any of them. Yes, you are, Psycho Sarah. Yes, you are. You are completely out of your darn mind. Okay, completely. All right, let's get back to the article. Where am I at? Boone's lawyer did not disagree that the two of them struggled to get along. I know the court is a difficult position, but at this point, we're at the impasse of if she walks out of every conference that I have with her, I am not sure I'm not sure what that says about the attorney-client relationship. Cashman responded, I have spent probably 20 hours, a little bit more, a little bit less, with Miss Boone's. She has lots of lists, lots of questions. Oh boy. All right, let's get into this clip here. She's really a piece of work. All right, let's watch this clip. She was in court. This was Friday, and let's see what happened. Let's see her complaints now. And what you do is you make sure you hit the like button, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and also share me out on your social media and all that good stuff. All right, let's get it.
Could you go get Mr. Torres from the staff
Dave Castro on behalf of the state.
First Cashman, I'm Ms. Boone.
All right. We set this matter this morning for a status hearing. Ms. Boone, good morning. Counselor.
Ms. Boone wants to speak to you about that. Mr. Cacciatore and I.
What does success mean to you?
Had email correspondence and a phone conference this week, and we believe that it can be ready to be set for a trial date late August, early September. I've got a trial certain murder in front of Judge Harris that's going to be a minimum of a week starting August 5th. I am out of state starting September 14th, I believe, for a week. And at this point, those are the calendar issues that I have other cases set, but I'm, as you know, Judge, waiting on pretrial and waiting to see what really goes and what doesn't. Obviously, I have other things on trial dockets through July, August, and September, but
Just look at her expression like, oh my gosh, really, please? I can't be bothered. Honey, do you know what you did? You put your man in a suitcase and you left him there. And the neighbor said that you dragged the bag upstairs. He heard noise of you dragging something up the stairs and then you dropped it down the stairs. Yeah, good luck in court. All right, let's get back to it.
those are the for sures.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Cacciatore, anything from your side of the ledger, sir?
No, I think this court's aware of the data searches that we have, that were already set. Other than that, pretty amenable to probably most days.
Okay, all right. Madam Clerk, if you could swear in Ms. Boone, please. All right. Ma'am, good morning. Your lawyer advised that there was something that you wanted to bring to my attention.
Was that all that she said? She was always the base of the whole list. She never remembered something that you said is wrong that should be brought to your attention. So I don't know. I was not critical looking all the time. If that was all that she said.
You've listened to everything in open court. You've been here. You've listened to everything that's been presented so far as to the discussions that Ms. Cashman has had with Mr. Cacciatore and readiness for trial and her dates of availability and unavailability. That's what's been presented to me this morning. You've heard the same thing that I've heard.
Thank you. I actually have an envelope thing that I would like to give to you regarding a letter. It's a lot easier for me to tell you in writing, and it's also put on the clerk of court's website, so everyone is aware. I have never experienced anyone like Ms. Cashman, and I have repeatedly, the reason why I'm here is the whole hope thing, where she will change her disposition and her attitude towards me, and it doesn't matter how dumbed down I am to myself to try to coexist with her. I've even come up with a solution to have a pretend judge in the interactions with her, so she would try hopefully to treat me appropriately and professionally, but she does not do. One of my meetings I got up and I walked out on her. The last time that I spoke to her was on a video visit that she tried to have in front of a 64 open bay bunk dorm, where I repeatedly kept asking her, please schedule a face-to-face, face-to-face, face-to-face. The last time we spoke was on May 3rd, where I got up and I left the room because I could not take how she was treating me any longer every single time. So much so that I have to incorporate a pretend judge in order for her to treat me somewhat appropriately. And I feel that she is untruthful with me and full-blown prejudice against me, which I believe adds to her nasty attitude towards me. And I do not trust her. So I have prepared this for you. It's a letter and then a continuation of the letter from the video visit, so you are aware of. And everyone constantly blames me that I am the reason why I am supposedly on attorney number 8, which I am not the reason for any of them. I put this in here also so you are aware. I refuse to be mistreated by her as my attorney. I'm shocked that she has a proposed trial date, considering the fact that I have not seen anything. I keep asking her for just a download of my phone, of my medical records, or for anything that I've asked pretty much all of the other attorneys as well. All of my questions that I keep asking her are in the letter to you. I didn't know if you would be the one to help me answer them or to spur her to finally answer them to me and hopefully truthfully. I don't know. As I said to you before in the past, you said that you are not able to intervene.
See, Psycho Sarah has a lot of complaints. Okay, I understand you want to be represented, you want this and that, but you have to realize you have a public defender. They only have but so much time, and they have a whole load of cases. It's not just you. So if you want that, individual attention, you want to be zoomed into you, well, then you're going to have to get yourself a private lawyer. That's the only way. You got public defender, the best you can do. And for your crime, I don't even know if a private lawyer can help you, because that videotape. All right, let's get back to it.
Regarding my letters. I still want you to be aware of what it is that I am going through still. And it's a matter of ethics and professionalism with how she should be treating me, and I shouldn't have to come up with a pre-planned judge in order for her to do so. And also some other things that I've been working on in the meantime that I would like everyone else to be made aware of. That I don't just sit and eat bonbons and watch soap operas all day. I fully apply myself at all times.
Okay. Where's the letter? Okay.
I believe it's 58 pages.
Ms. Cashman?
Judge, I've obviously not seen the letter. Ms. Boone is correct. She has walked out of the last two visits when I've tried to review things with her. Just so the court knows, I've spent probably 20 hours, a little bit more, a little bit less, with Ms. Boone. She has lots of lists, lots of questions in reviewing the court file. She was distressed previously about having access to her lawyers. I have taken collect phone calls from her that are at my expense. JAC doesn't reimburse you because I think it's important for clients to have access. I have
Hang on,
spent,
please. No one's interrupted you this morning, Ms. Boone.
as I said, I've spent over 20 hours going through her questions, going through her list. When I tried to update her with regard to the depositions that I took recently, she opted to exit the jail conference. When I tried to review some things with regard to discovery as to things I wanted to make sure she was aware of, she walked out. She has asked me repeatedly for a copy of some medical records. Based on the discovery I got from the previous attorneys, one of the copies of those medical records had her handwritten notes. So she had a copy given to her previously. She'd reviewed them with previous attorneys. I sent her a new copy. Some of the things that she thinks are important from a lawyer perspective, perhaps I don't attach the same importance to, and you try to explain that to a client. I know the court's in a difficult position, but at this point, we're at that impasse of if she walks out of every conference that I have with her, I'm not sure what that says about the attorney-client relationship.
Ma'am, you said there was something else that you had other than a 58-page submittal or letter. What other information is it that you're seeking to have me take a look at?
It's things that I've been working on in the meantime. It's things.
Did she say a 58-page letter? You really think they're going to sit down and read all of that? You have a free attorney. It's but so much you're going to get. I'm sorry, Psycho Sarah. It's just not going to work. And then you want to go for the defense is you a battered wife syndrome? Are you kidding me? Battered spouse? Yeah, they changed the spouse. Come and get hit too. Wow. This is interesting. All right, get back to it.
That she to tell me it's not necessary, but I know for a fact it is necessary. She likes to, in quotes, put things to rest all the time and constantly tells me I'm not having this conversation with you. So I'm not going to waste my time, and I, being in jail, has supposedly abundant amounts of. She's not going to waste my time because she's not going to explain something to me. And I have taken it upon myself to explain it to myself because she refuses to do so. I don't understand what it is that she has against me. I have told her from day one that her snotty.
You are so paranoid. There's nobody against you. I need to show that clip of, you put your man in a suitcase and he said, I can't breathe. I can't breathe, babe. He still called you babe, still loved you, locked up in his suitcase, can't breathe. And what did you say? That's my name and don't wear it out. Wow. Resume.
Attitude was inappropriate, and I tried very hard to bear with her and her attitude. I don't know what it is that I'm doing wrong to her, but I feel that her attitude has equaled prejudice, which is not in my favor, especially considering she's supposedly representing my life.
Okay. Give me an example of, if you could, of items that you believe are important that Ms. Cashman is not giving attention to or dismissing as you may have framed it.
Yes, Your Honor. She likes to tell me that I don't like her answers. She's not giving me any answers to dislike, and I have written 3 pages worth of questions, and I'm still waiting for her and any other attorney to actually answer for me, such as, why can't I have a bond? Why can't I have a download of my phone? Why can't I speak to my investigator? Why can't I have my medical records? Why can't I fully utilize my constitutional rights? There's 3 pages worth of questions that I have.
What constitutional rights specifically?
I'm very leery about having a fair trial at this point. There's a handful of other amendments that I have been researching and working on and trying to incorporate. To me, what I have written to you is obvious, and apparently from the correspondence that I get from the world, South Korea was the last place that I received correspondence. They obviously see the same thing. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong other than wanting to have a very successful outcome. It's just been long and drawn out, and I believe that God obviously believes in me as much as I do him in order to give me this very unique adventure that I am on, and I'm doing my best to.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dave.
Let everyone know who I really am as opposed to.
People hear what she's saying? She is completely out of her mind. She feels so entitled. She feels so entitled. She thinks the judge is just going to say to her, you know what? You've been here for long enough. Let's just drop it. Let's just get this over with. Just send her home. Put on ankle monitor and tell her she can't drink again. No, it doesn't work that way. Psycho Sarah, I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way. Reason.
To the malicious murderer that everyone thinks that I am. I don't feel that she can do that properly. I still always, the reason why I'm here is to hope that she will come in with a gentle, softer side and actually listen to what it is that I'm saying and see the bigger picture other than what the one avenue that she keeps going down. There's other ways to win and more than one way.
Your public defender is taking collect calls from you out of her pocket. That's what she said. They don't have to do that. They don't. Sound like she's really trying to help you. But you're just a cuckoo. You're psycho. Reason.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not saying that I'm trying to remove her. I'm just trying to ask you, please, forgive me for having to ask you for this. If you could please let her know, please, to just be nice to me and have a welcoming attitude and things will probably change and I will not get up and I walk out. Please don't lie to me. Please don't give me half-truths. And
What instances where there's been falsities or lies that have been told to you by Ms. Cashman? Can you give me an example?
my biggest one, Your Honor, is for me being here ongoing 5 years, no one has ever bothered to try to get me a bond.
What's the lie? You said that she has lied to you. What is the lie?
The process of getting a bond. She lied to my brother in regards to telling him that he would need to come down to the courthouse to have multiple photographs taken for documentation. He would have to bring the security information, deeds to his house, financial statements, so on and so forth. And the icing on the cake was to be aware of all of the news camera crews and everyone that's going to be there in order to document him being there to do what he's going to for the bond. What is the bondsman for? She's supposed to just do the motion for the bond, and then from there, the bondsman and I and whomever else are to work it out.
So what part of that is a lie?
I just simply wanted to have her do a motion for a bond hearing.
But the statement that you said is that Ms. Cashman, who's an officer of the court, has lied to you. What you've provided me so far is not evidence of any lies based on the severity of the charge.
I believe, because she's not fully explaining to me other than what she's asking me for that I tried to provide to her, was that I just need to give her an address. And that's what I gave to her, and then it turns into everything else. And then it turns into all these other different stories of why she won't do or why she has said certain things. And all this changes and it mutates after I ask her for certain things, not just for the bond, but for other things also.
Okay, well, let's focus on the bond issue because you said that she's lied to you. And what you've told me so far, none of that is inaccurate.
So how is it though, because I don't have any experience prior to this, I don't know the process of getting a bond other than what I have read, and it's just for her to do a bond, a motion for a bond hearing. But I didn't know that anyone, all of the other inmates, even officers have ever said that they've had to do that process in order to have photographs taken and documented and news crews and visits to his house. He's not posting my bond, which I told her 1,000,001 times, but she still spooked him by asking by him something that he's going to have to, and it would threaten his security clearance considering he's in the service, the military. So she totally deterred me from having my brother's address in order for me to have a motion for a bond. No one else has even bothered to even ask me for one, and I will be honest with you in the court. I know for a fact that however sky high my limit would be for my bond to receive, I know for a fact unless my fans would set up GoFundMe pages or God's will or however else it is.
I hope y'all caught that. Did you hear her say my fans? What fans she have? And I think somebody they could set her up a GoFundMe. Let's rewind. I'm sorry, I have to do that sometimes because I like to hear things over again. Make sure I'm not losing it. She just said my fans. GoFundMe. Are you kidding me? All right, had to rewind. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it.
Court. I know for a fact that however sky high my limit would be for my bond to receive, I know for a fact unless my fans would set up GoFundMe pages or God's will or however else it is he planned on for me to have it paid, if at all. My point is to utilize my rights to have a bond. And with the information that I have included in here to you, for the amount of saturation of publicity, there's nowhere that I could go even if I were to be an in quotes flight risk because of the amount of information that everybody already knows about me, what I look like and what I eat apparently, and so many other things. There's nowhere I could go if I were to even think about being a flight risk. It's just the fact that I would like please to have a bond so I can say that I actually achieved something while I was incarcerated.
Okay.
There's other things, there's so many other questions that I have to ask.
Which are outlined in your submittals there, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Ms. Cashman, briefly.
Judge, there's clearly a conflict with what I'm going to tell you are false allegations Ms. Boone is making about me, and my continued representation of her. As I said, I've spent 20 hours with this client going over her questions and her issues in detail. With regard to the brother and the bond hearing, yes, I contacted her brother. I explained to her brother and I explained to her, you can't just write a bond motion and the judge grants it because of the allegations. You have to come forward with proof. I asked her brother if he was willing to come to court and testify. He raised the issue to me about his security clearance and would the media be there. I never told him he had to provide pictures or a deed to a house. What I said was, the media's been in the courtroom for all the hearings, and it's likely that they would be there for the bond hearing and that your face could be on the television, and it was a concern for him. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. But Judge, I can't spend all my time defending what I'm doing and at the same time be effectively preparing a case for trial. In these situations, I know it puts the court in a very difficult position. As I see it, Ms. Boone has a couple options. Number one, she can ask you to represent herself. She has the right to.
If she can write all these full long page letters, right, and all these complaints, I think she's better off just representing herself, or get yourself a, paid private attorney. I mean, those are the two options she can go, because this needs to stop. Because the last lawyer that she had before, and I did commentary on that one. Yeah, I did too. You got to look past at it. The lawyer that she had before, she was calling buffoon. Nobody has to work under that pressure. You're not going to talk to me that way. I'm not going to help you. You can't just insult people. Are you kidding me? Yes, I understand. Maybe some lawyers is not helpful and you want to change, but we on the 7th lawyer? Really? I mean, do you know what you did, Psycho Sarah? Do you know what you did? Just in denial. I'd really love to hear her medical evaluation. I'd love to hear it. Resume.
You have a Faretta hearing and determine whether she's capable. The court then has to address the issue of whether it's appropriate to appoint standby counsel. Obviously, since she believes not a word that I say after 40 years doing criminal defense, I'm probably not the right lawyer for that. The other thing is she gets one last lawyer and it either works or it doesn't. And sometimes, unfortunately, the court gets put in a position that you have to have that conversation with a client that you don't, if you want your counsel of choice, then you need to hire your counsel of choice, and everyone can certainly do that. And if you're indigent, the court can only go through this so many times with Ms. Boone coming to the court, and there ending up being irreconcilable differences, such that the counsel that you have appointed can't move forward and provide effective assistance to counsel.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm inclined to go ahead and figure out where we can set this thing for trial and then kind of work backwards from there. I'm not dismissing your concerns, Ms. Boone. I'm going to take what it is that you've given to me. I'm going to circulate that to both Mr. Cacciatore and Ms. Cashman. I will review it, and I will schedule a hearing to address any of the issues in your submittals if one is necessary. Okay? All right. Ms. Cashman, you had advised some of your unavailability for vacations that you have previously scheduled and or other time certain trials that you have in front of Judge Harris.
And on June 21st, I have a trial case management with Judge Marquez on a case that's likely at this point, and obviously we'll find out the final date at case management, likely to be set July 22nd, but if that gets pushed out, that makes August and September a little more difficult considering the trials I already have set then. The dates I'm out in September while I'm looking at the calendar is the 14th to the 19th.
All right, that's not a trial period for my division, so that shouldn't be a conflict. The trial case management that you have on July 21,
June
June
21.
21, I'm sorry. When is her trial period? Judge Marquez's trial period following that?
She doesn't really have a trial period because she's the post-conviction division. And I'm not clear how she sets things. And I think that,
You have a range for where her
No.
calendar may be available for that? Okay.
no. I think it's based on when she has post-convictions motions set and that it's my understanding from Judge Chu that she was scheduled to be back up for part of his July, August trial period, but because she doesn't have a regular trial docket, I can't really answer that question.
How long do you think it would take us to A, pick a jury, B, try the case?
I think we would probably be 5 days.
Including jury selection?
Yeah, a day for jury selection, and I think approximately 3 days for testimony, and then a day for charging conference and closing. And
Ms. Cashman?
5 days is probably a fair estimate unless something changes, Judge.
Okay, so the court already has special set trials in July and August. We could set this matter at the beginning. My August trial period is supposed the first week. My last week of my period is the first full week of August, and it starts again on the last full week of August. So we could set it then, but I know that you have trial case management with Judge Marquez on the 20th or the 21st of June, which may impact that. So,
And I have a trial certain with Judge Harris August 5th, and
as do I.
August seems a bit difficult for me.
For
For a week.
Mr. Robinson.
For Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
So the options that I see it are, we could specially set this for the week of August 26th, or we set it for the trial period beginning September 30. The hiccup with that first week of September 30 is we have a court holiday on Thursday, October the 3rd, which would limit us to a 4-day trial period, which I don't believe is not sufficient. So that would take us to either October 7 or October 14. So based on the court's trial calendar, that's what I've got available. August 26th, October 7, or October 14.
I think the October 7th or October 14th is more realistic, Judge. I know that Mr. Cacciatore has other trials too, and other things on other judges' pretrial dockets and those things.
We're specially set in July and in September. Mr. Cacciatore?
I think we can, I think October 7th is fine.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to specially set this matter for the second week of the September 30 trial period, beginning Monday, October 7th. We will set this matter for trial case management on the 24th of September, right? On September 24 at 9 a.m. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do you at 1:30 in the afternoon.
It's Tuesday, September 20th.
Tuesday, September 24 at 1:30 in the afternoon for a trial case management. Trial date certain on October the 7th. Deputy, if you could please grab the 2 packages of submittals from Ms. Boone. Oh, I thought it was 2 different envelopes, ma'am. Okay. I will do that. And after the review, the court will either issue an order or set this matter for hearing based on what it is that's been presented by Ms. Boone. Mr. Cacciatore, anything else we need to address this morning, sir?
Not gonna say,
Ms. Cashman, anything else we need to address?
Not that I'm aware of at this time, Judge.
Ms. Boone, is there anything else you need to bring to my attention at this time?
I'm grateful for your time. I forgive you for having to utilize it. But I really do hope that you review thoroughly what it is that I'm asking for from my attorney who's supposed to be representing me for the trial that's supposedly happening in October, late September. So if you could please, I don't understand how I'm supposed to be able to go into a trial when I don't have what it is to properly defend myself.
Ma'am, I've asked for your submittals. I will be reviewing them. All right, thank you. All right, y'all, thank you very much. Have a great day.
This girl's a lunatic. She really is. She's a lunatic. She's completely out of her mind. You really think you're going to get some special treatment, don't you? It doesn't work that way. Okay? It doesn't work that way. Not at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to show this one. Her back in court complaining about another lawyer on her seventh lawyer. We'll see if she sticks in with this lady. And God bless this lawyer. What you got to work with, you're not going to get off. You're not. You better off with a plea deal, whatever they can give you. Because after watching that tape, he said, I can't breathe. And you didn't care. You didn't care. He said to you, I can breathe. I cannot breathe. You didn't care. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging and all that good stuff. And if you didn't hit the like, make sure you hit the like and stay tuned for tomorrow because I'm going to get back into the trial, the interrogation of Miles Bryan, the creep cop. Tomorrow's interrogation. All right. Stay tuned some more of this Psycho Sarah. We'll see what's going to happen next. We'll see if it's going to finally go to trial because this has been forever. Right, Laura? Ever. Oh, my gosh. But basically because of her. And look at her walk out of court with a little smile on her face. Yeah, okay. You ain't going to be smiling for long. Adios.